Flyers TV is sponsored by the Bay Hotel. Okay, Todd, what was your thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, first of all, congratulations for Sheffield for that league win, and also our rivals Braehead on Gardner Conference win. We pushed them right down to the wire and set a benchmark for them to match, and they did that in the last game of the season, which is clearly disappointing for us. Finishing tied for the Gardner Conference and losing out on it, that was, won't lie, that was definitely a goal of ours and something that we would have loved to have in our cap, but it didn't turn out that way. That's hockey. And for us, before this weekend, we knew we were either going to finish in sixth spot or probably third, but that was all out of our hands. But for the most part, I was happy with big parts of tonight's performance. I mean, I tried to reiterate to the guys, not only on Friday night, Saturday, and this evening, as well as anybody who was at the games. And before I forget, I think it's important that I thank all the traveling support in Belfast. Would have liked to get a win over there. I thought Friday night was our opportunity to. The guys are playing very well and pushed them to the wire as well. But that's the type of hockey that we're going to face from here on out, whether it's Braehead, whoever we meet. If we get past Braehead, it's not going to get any easier than this. So we're working on our mentality about staying in games and not getting down and not letting any adversity bother us. And I think what proves we have it in us a little bit is after that first period, we're down 2-0 and played, I think certainly first 10, 11 minutes, we played some really good hockey and had a couple good chances on net. Went down 2-0. Give up a shorthanded goal. I think our first one this year at home, and then one shortly after that. That's a time when you can just shut up shop, or you can come right back at them. We regrouped in that second period. Stocks come in and hits them right back for another one, and it was game on. Unfortunately, they got that third. We pushed them right to the end there. They were playing some good shutdown hockey, and our chances were limited, but we had a few. So tough from here on out.
In that first period, up to that shorthanded goal after about 12 minutes, Fife had looked more dominant and looked like they were going to get that opening goal. Yeah,
well, I mean, that's a little disappointing because on Saturday night we give up 3 power play goals. And to be fair, for the big portions of this year, that's really not like us. It's very difficult to win a hockey game if you're letting power play goals in, albeit it was a couple unlucky bounces going our way, but I'm sure everybody says that. But yeah, the first period tonight, third game in 3 nights, and we didn't want to come in here and we didn't want to see fans celebrating a league performance in our building, and certainly not all night. They got quite loud after that first period. I think we made it tense there for another period and a bit. They got that third one, and it was always going to be difficult to come back.
And what's your thoughts on getting Braehead Clan in the quarterfinals?
Yeah, I mean, it ensures that we have Scottish representation down in Nottingham, which I think is great for the game. I think that it deserves to be a Scottish team being down there. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure it's us. Up until this point, we've matched up well against them. A good record in the season series. But we got to remember, this is a team that's riding high. They met our benchmark of, I think they needed 6 wins or something to get it, and they did just that. They're a team that's healthy right now, and there's always fireworks. We always ended the regular season playing Braehead, and something always occurred, and it was always exciting for both sets of fans. So I'd like to hope that after a good week of prep, we're 100% ready for this, to get into the mentality of an aggregate series, which is something a few of our guys have never experienced before. Have to make sure that they're right on top of these, that mentally and just physically ready for it as well.
From the fans' perspective, they've never played Braehead Clan in the playoff quarterfinals before, so how exciting are these 2 matches going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think it even ups the ante a little bit, because, I mean, Well, don't get me wrong. I think that one year we secured a playoff spot and they secured the conference title in a weekend, which was, I've never seen both teams celebrate, in the same game before. Like I said, there's always fireworks, and I think this quarterfinal, there's a lot at stake, and I know our fans would love to see us get back to Nottingham. I know there's a lot of people who've already booked their hotels and everything down there. We'd love to be a team that represents one of the 4 teams there, and like I said, it's going to be a tough 2 matches, but I'd like to hope we come out on top.
And in losing the conference title to Braehead Clan tonight, do you feel that Fife, at least towards the end of the season, were the strongest team in that conference?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of talk about Braehead winning the league title, and they were certainly rolling midway through there. We kind of derailed that a little bit by beating them 2 or 3 times, and really, we'd always been leading the league conference for almost the entire season. And but all the teams behind us, Dundee and Braehead, always had games in hand, and it looked like they were gonna pass us. But I got to give credit to the guys. Every time they had to, they dug deep, especially that 6-game finish. And the best we could finish was a tie, and then obviously we won that on a tiebreaker. So it'd be nice to get a little bit of revenge. But I can tell you, it's going to be interesting. That's for sure.
Just finally, what would you say to the fans to turn out in big numbers next Saturday?
Oh, look, I mean, I know that, once again, at times we came under heavy criticism. Certain parts of the year, we really worked hard with these guys. We believed in this group, and I think it was important that we made a key addition, which was Nico, which really balanced out our lines. You could see when that transition happened that the excitement really clicked again in this building. I mean, I will say this. I mean, I've really, at times, I think, butted heads this season. It's been a difficult one on me personally as well. But the one thing about this building is they'll always respond to a team that works hard, and they'll really respond to a team that they know is really left it on the ice, win or lose. They'll respect that, and I think that we could have been guilty of that at times in the first half of the season, but certainly in the second half, most of the time, everybody in this building saw great hockey, and I mean, it shows the numbers that turned up in Belfast were incredible. We didn't secure any points for them down there, but it looked like everybody had a great time. They watched some decent hockey. There's some playoff games, in my opinion, and another one tonight. So it'd be great to have a full building against these guys on Saturday night, because it's going to be full in Braehead on the Sunday.